Well, this is the gun I've been waiting for somebody to make. Coming up on Modern Mountain Man. I've been waiting for somebody to make a 12 gauge, 3.5 inch Magnum set up specifically for turkey hunting. Now look, you can go to any pawn shop in America and find a single shot 12 gauge, right? But none of them are set up this nice. I go to gun stores, I go to gun shows, I go to pawn shops, I put my hands on a lot of guns, I go to the gun range, shoot guns with my friends at the club, and I've never ever put my hands on a single shot shotgun that is this nice. We're gonna go ahead and give this thing a front to back review, talk about some of its features. I'll give you some of my thoughts and commentary on why these features are important. We're starting the front here with the choke. It comes with a extra full turkey choke set up in the Remington style of chokes. Now I can tell you just from doing some pattern testing with this extra full turkey choke that came with the gun, I took several different companies' 12 gauge, 3.5 inch turkey shot out and patterned them at 20, 40, and 60 yards. And just with the stock choke that comes with this, you can put on a great pattern for turkey hunting out to 60 yards with the really good stuff even with the cheap, not so great ammo, it's still putting a tight pattern in the 40-yard range. But it is a Remington style turkey choke, so if you do want to replace it eventually, there are lots and lots of options out there in the aftermarket realm for tight turkey chokes. Some of them that have the brake design, various things like that. So that's an important thing to know when you're investing in this gun, that whether you want to stay with the full turkey choke, which I'm going to hunt this whole season with this one, excellent, I did great patterning with it, or if you want to upgrade to an aftermarket product, the aftermarket is ripe with options for this gun. Moving on next, I want to take a look at these fiber optic sights right here. Now, these fiber optic sights, you got the green on the front, the orange on the back. When I pulled these things out of the box, I was already impressed with them. I was already wowed by them just in the gun shop, at home, looking at them just out of the box. But when I took them to the field and actually shot with them, I was blown away. In fact, in my last video, when I was testing the different 3.5 inch shells, I turned to my cameraman and it was like, I can't get over how much I like these fiber optics. Fiber optic sights are awesome. They're great sights. They're adjustable so that you can dial it in for your specific turkey load. In addition to the fiber optic sights being incredibly accurate, incredibly easy to pick up and shoot and make accurate shots with, it's also drilled and tapped right here for a Weaver 82 style base. So you can add a scope, or you could even add a red dot or a reflex sight. Now you may say, Modern Mountain Man, you just talked to me about how great these sights were and how you could also add a optic to it. And you say, it's a shotgun. Why do you need all that? You know, just slap a bead on it and call it good. Well, slapping a bead on it and calling it good is one thing when you're out there wing shooting and you're already throwing a wide pattern and you're generally on or generally off. But those bead sights aren't always the most precise thing in the world. And when you're shooting with an extra full turkey choke and you're shooting some expensive tungsten tight form pattern turkey ammo, you're going to need to be able to shoot accurately. I can tell you there are two situations where these sights or an optic are absolutely vital: close shots and far shots. This turkey right here, when I called him in, the route that he chose, he was not visible until he was 9 yards away from me. I had to like slow down, make a precision rifle style shot on him, or else I would have missed a really close shot. I let him walk away from me as I picked out between he and his two friends which one was the largest, and I shot him at 13 yards. Now this turkey right here, I shot him at over 50 yards. The morning I called him in, he flew in, landed, and ran out to 50 yards and stayed there, and then began to put on a show from 50 yards out to 150 yards, back and forth the whole morning, putting on an absolute show, strutting, gobbling, spitting, drumming, doing it all the things you wish they would do just to increase the action and the enjoyment of hunting them. Well, he wouldn't come closer than 50 yards. And I had an appointment to get to that day. So, all right, next time he gets in 50 yards, I'm going to take a long-range shot on him. So in turkey hunting, when it comes to shooting these tight patterns at close range or at long range, it is a good idea to have something that you can make a precise shot with. So that's why these fiber optics are a good idea. That's why being able to mount a scope on here is a good idea. Also, one of the other advantages of this gun, say over other types of guns, is we've got a 24-inch barrel on this gun. Because it's a break action, we can go 24 inches with this barrel. And we've only got 39.5 inches of overall length. Now that same kind of length in a pump shotgun or a semi-automatic shotgun, you're talking about a gun that's quite a bit longer. Even at 21 inches on a pump or a semi-automatic, you're still longer than this 39.5 inch overall length. So you've got great sights on a great barrel with a great choke. Now let's step it on back a little bit. Right here you've got a rebounding hammer. Now I love a rebounding hammer because one, when it's in the hammer down position, it's impossible for it to strike the firing pin without the trigger being actuated. So you're in a safe position right here. Also, if I'm hunting with a young person and I'm keeping an eye on them to see whether they're safe, if I look over at them holding this gun and the hammer's down, I know it's in a safe position. If the hammer's back, I know that they're fire ready, and I can say, hey son, you need to slowly and deliberately let that hammer down. Now, also within that rebounding hammer system, there's an interlock system to where if the hammer is back, I can't break the shotgun open. I have to release the hammer before I can break the shotgun open. So all kinds of safety features here. Now down below that whole system, you're right here on your trigger. One of the things I love about these single shots with the hammer fire shotgun is when you've got the hammer in the fire position, you've got a really light single action trigger. So once again, when you're making some accurate shots with your tight choke and your optics or your fiber optic sights, it's important that you're not jerking and it's almost like making a rifle shot. It's not like making a shotgun shot anymore. So it's nice to have a really crisp, light, single action trigger on here. The shotgun also comes with 2 sling studs. So you can go ahead and put your sling in there. I can tell you, when it comes to turkey hunting, a sling is absolutely vital. I have hunted with guns before up in these mountains without a sling, and man, it was heavy work carrying that thing around all day long in my hand. When you're carrying decoys, when you're calling your calls, when you're carrying a blind or anything else you'd be carrying into the woods for a day of turkey hunting. So having slings that came with it, that are made for it, that are professionally installed, you've already got sling studs mounted into the fore end and the stock. Now speaking of the fore end and stock, you see them already here, that the fore end, stock, barrel, action, everything is painted in this beautiful mossy oak obsession. Man, this is the official camo of the National Turkey Federation, Wild Turkey Federation. Not only do we have this incredible paint job on here, man, the fit and finish on this gun, like just the way this paint job looks everywhere. I'm gonna give you some close-up shots, but man, this is an incredible paint job that's put on here. But what's you may not be able to tell by looking at this gun from this perspective. When you notice the uniform paint job all across it, you might think that these stocks, the fore end and the stock, are synthetic. They're actually the same American walnut that they put on all of the Henry shotguns and rifles. So this feels incredibly good. This doesn't feel like a chintzy synthetic stock. This feels like the real deal. It's still lightweight, it's still durable, but it's the real walnut right here. Now we've started from the front, we've worked our way all the way to the back. Now I want to show you the recoil pad. That recoil pad right there, that recoil pad's going to come in real handy. Let me remind you, this is a lightweight shotgun. It's less than 7 pounds. It is shooting 12 gauge, 3.5 inch magnums. You're going to want a recoil pad on here. Now, in my video where I tested all of those 3.5-inch magnums out. I ran probably 15 rounds of 3.5-inch 12-gauge magnum through this gun in a single afternoon. I'll be honest with you, the first 10 rounds weren't bad. The last 4 or 5 rounds, I began to really feel it. Now, in a turkey hunting situation, you're probably really only shooting it once a day, maybe twice, but most likely once a day. And so it's the recoil, to me, not that bad. It's got a great recoil pad on here. It's gonna absorb it all. Now, like I said, top to bottom, this is one of the best single shot shotguns I have ever laid my hands or eyes on. I'm not just saying this because it's mine, because I've been looking for something just like this. I've been searching websites and forums to find a really, really nice, good 12-gauge, 3.5-inch that was set up for turkey hunting with this overall length, set up with the right optics, set up to shoot accurately at short range and distance. And when I got the email that Henry was putting out a brand new turkey shotgun, I knew this was the one, and I just had to have it. One of my favorite things about this Henry, as well as all of the Henrys in their line, is their slogan is this: made in America or not made at all. I can tell you, a lot of shotguns you buy today are not made in America. There's a whole slew of them that are made in Turkey and overseas in Europe and down in South America. This is a 100% American-made turkey killing machine. Well, that's my review. I hope you liked it. God bless you. Go take your mountain.